Hello everyone, and welcome to another Chalice chat. As you can see, we are back here in the Hunter's Dream, where I am going to repair my weapon, and ooh, wow, it really needed it. And after doing so, I am going to take another look at the blood gems. This will not be quite as in-depth of a look as before, but I'm going to be taking some time to try and maximize things a little bit better. In the course of researching the types of gems that tend to be better for the Tonitrus particularly, yes, it seems that there are basically two types of gems that it works best with, and 87 looks pretty good to me. Basically, there are gems that strengthen just one portion of your attack, and I've always been kind of scared of those gems because they are, you can actually see it in the numbers. So if I use this gem, my regular attack goes down to 64, even if my blunt attack is up to 87. And that can be concerning on some weapons, but the Tonitrus is a weapon where the thing that matters the most is the blunt attack, because all of the attacks that the Tonitrus does are considered blunt. So I shouldn't be afraid of the fact that my main attack is lower, because that main attack number isn't really going to be used. So with that in mind, I think 99 looks to be about as high as we can get. So we're going to go with that for our Tonitrus. And yes, it's all very confusing. I've been learning a whole heck of a lot about this in the course of researching about blood gems, which has always kind of scared me off before, but hopefully it will end up making both that video and this playthrough a little bit better. And I came to the wrong shop, because I was thinking about blood gems and buying things. What I really want to do is level up. And I think I've only got enough for one level here. Yes, indeed. And then I will spend the rest of my blood echoes, oops, whatever, it worked, on some blood vials, as always. Yep. There we are. So, with our weapon repaired and newly gemmed up, and our stock of blood vials renewed, we return now to the third layer of the Hintertomb Chalice. Alright, and here we are back in the dungeon itself. And as always, we're going to start, well, not always, but always when there's a side path back here, we're going to start by backtracking a bit and going down this little hallway and keeping on the alert for enemies and switches and sloping paths. So now that I've got my damage up a little bit, yeah, these guys are still pretty stout. Those guys did not go down in one hit, and I'm seeing a lot of enemies in this room, all of whom seem not entirely aware that I'm here. So let's throw a pebble at this guy and see what happens. I want to, whoa, he's just going to throw something back at me. I bet that, oh, and they always throw two things at once, which is kind of annoying. I bet, is this going to be another? Yep. Come on. Come on. Why did I have to? I wanted you to follow me, and you're just throwing things at me. Stop it. You'll see this one knows what's going on. Yeah, you follow me out of the room. That works. Come on. Yes! Ooh, that guy went down in one hit. I don't know if he would have without the strengthened weapon or not, but works for me. That one also went down in one hit. I wonder if that has... Ooh, yep, and whoa, look at that, poisoned. Good thing I've got my antidotes out still. It really does seem like poison is quite a thing in this particular Chalice dungeon, and this guy isn't going to close. Oh boy. See, this is what I was afraid of, was that running into the room would summon enemies of one type or another, and just make things miserable for me. Aha! Aha! Excellent! Alright, keep coming. Those of you who will come, keep coming. Those of you who will not, stay behind. and stay out of range in which you can actually poison me. I do not want to actually be poisoned. Dodge. And strike. Alright. So long, poisoner. Boy, it's like I picked the one guy who wouldn't follow me to try and taunt into following me. Oh well. Alright. Alright, there's someone across the way and there's a patroller. So I want to try running across the way first. Yep. Still goes down in one hit. Alright, and now patroller. Aha! Very nice. And ooh, we have another one of these fancy doors. I bet this one, just like the other, yes indeed, will not open from this side. And look at this! Where did you come from? Where did you come from? Did I step on something? Are they being summoned in? Is there a bell ringer? I don't hear any bells. Alright, come on. Come on then. Down you go. I wonder if there's a bell ringer. I kind of hear a bell now that I got close to that door again. That's unfortunate. Alright, but before I get any of the treasure, I still kind of want to explore the bounds of this room. And I want to be on the lookout. I know for a fact that there's a chance that red guys are going to come at me from somewhere. And still checking for illusory walls that are not there. And... Alright, I'm not seeing any pressure plates, really, but I did see one of those arrow shooting statues, so on the alert for those things. And haven't seen any red guys. Ooh, I hear someone. Just as I say I haven't seen any red guys in a while, here come 3 of them. Ooh, oh no. Ooh, that did not go according to plan. And that could have been way worse, because we have a hooker guy here. Hooker guy. That was an inventive name. I wonder what I should... Whoa! Hello! Wonder what I should actually call them. Dodge, because for some reason both of those strikes missed. Boy, the names you come up for things in the heat of the moment. Not the cleverest. Alright. It seems pretty obvious that we have a bell ringer on our hands. Yep, I think I see someone being summoned in right there. So let's just run ahead, throw caution to the winds, deal with that bell ringer, and resume being cautious out here. Alright. Hopefully I didn't get too hopelessly lost here. And yeah, that has a root, so it's probably not going to do anything. You there. So long. Alright. So we had the bell ringer room over here, gotta remember that. And whoop, hello. Are you going to shoot an arrow at me? I don't see any switches, so probably not. Oh, and there's another... Whoa, it's a pickaxe guy. Guys can be hardy. Dodge. Ooh, it still hit me! Wow! Somehow I managed to dodge his initial attack, and then still get hit by it as he followed up behind him. Go figure. Oh! I was just in the process of saying I don't think anyone's going to be jumping out at me from that, but I'll strike it anyway, and it's a good thing I did. Let's see. Oh, give me some gems, please. Don't disappear on me. Give me gems. Thank you. Alright. And there's that door that is useless to us. Okay, so now having done a circuit of the room, I feel a little bit better about plundering its treasures. Took out that bell ringer, took out a whole bunch of the regular enemies patrolling around here. There didn't seem to be any traps, and there didn't seem to be any illusory walls. So we came in from there, and oop, maybe we didn't get all the regular enemies. And over this branch, we had... I didn't think... Oh, there is something over here. Okay, so there's one door down this branch, and I don't see anything else. I guess I must have just run by it. Whoop! There's a trap! Did I... Oh, look at that. So much for being thorough. At least I smashed the relevant statue. So... Oh, man. These Chalice dungeons they are devious. They are crafty. They are good at hiding things. So long, poisonous incense burners. Oh, yep, and there's another switch on the floor for you. I bet it was concealed in part by that mist. Well, maybe just a little. But I was more thorough in spotting the statues than I was in spotting those switches. And that's one way to make things work just perfectly fine. And I believe this is where I came in from. So before I go down the bell ringer path, I think I want to go down that one entryway that I missed, which I think is just around this corner. Just around this corner. Yes, here we are. What do we have here? What do we have here? This kind of looks like that bell ringer room. Am I, like, massively confused? I could be. It's very easy to get turned around in the Chalice dungeons. However, if there were still a bell ringer in this room, I would hear the ringing of the bell. So, not especially worried about that. Okay. Running around. I saw that one guy. I'm gonna get a little bit reckless and pick up that treasure. Being careful not to miss any doors on this side. Ooh, uh-oh. Poison will poison me. I don't want to be poisoned. Okay. And let's just work our way closer by throwing... Yeah. That's why I took cover behind that column, buddy. So that you... Oh, come on. Yes! Couldn't hit me. Oh, now I'm hearing a bell again. I don't want to be hearing a bell again. Okay. Well... Oh, boy. That was a firebomb. Well, I suppose the firebomb... Oh, boy! Wow! I thought he would disappear, and he did not. Anyway, firebomb probably a little bit better than being poisoned. One bit of damage in my face versus constantly building up damage worry. Okay. And what do we have here? Yes! Blood vials. I needed blood vials. That means we can stay in the dungeon longer. And just making sure, double, triple sure, that we don't have any other doorways down here. Don't see any. So, I believe it is time to press on in this one remaining pathway. 2 bell ringers. That, I was not expecting that. Although it explains why I thought I had cleared out the area, and in fact I had not. Ooh, good thing I instinctivly took cover over there. Is that also a gunner? It looks like we have 2 gunners. Alright, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. I can 1, 2, quickly take out that one, dodge, and quickly take out this one. Yes, that went according to plan. I like it when it goes according to plan. It's much more rewarding than when it does not go according to plan. Okay. Checking very quickly for illusory walls, not finding any. Didn't really expect to. And so there's a door on this level, and there's probably something down there as well. But I want to stay, for the moment, I want to stay on this upper level. Maybe I'll get lucky and this will loop around to where that other bell ringer was. Oh, hello. We have another one of these hook enemies. Dodge! And you swing away. Excellent. Goodbye. Glad I stayed out of your way. And what do we have here? Probably Chalice materials. Yes, tomb mold. Lots more tomb mold. Ever more Chalice materials. Those are the routine treasures of the Chalice dungeons. And we slide down the ladder again. And, oh, this guy must have just kind of, yeah, that guy fell down from above for sure. There's another gunner, and gunners always drop bullets. Wham! Goodbye, poison pop. What have we got? So we do have one doorway over this way. Wow, picking up a whole bunch of bullets. I'm glad I didn't buy bullets. I'm glad I bought vials. Is this another one-way door? There are 2? Oh, no, this is not a one-way door. Oh, wait a minute, though. Wait a minute, though. Aha! I thought that, like last time, like in the Tumaru setup, we would have a situation where I wouldn't be able to open the other side of this door until I got to a different point in the dungeon. But it looks like this one was a relatively small path that looped around on itself. Well, there we have it. What's over this way? And then all that we will have left is the, it didn't look like a door. I thought it might be a wall. All that we will have left is where I found that initial bell ringer. So long, pal. What do we have? Is this a treasure room? No. Kind of, actually. It kind of is. Look at this. Look at this. Alright then. So who's our main enemy here? Oh, it's one of the speedy guys. Well, here comes a gun instead of a torch. And, oh, he's already on me. Ooh, lucky. Alright, I'll take it. Ooh, and it one-shot him. Excellent. I will take that any day of the week. Alright. Got the bullets right back. So, let's do our cautious thing and break lots and lots and lots of pots. Oop, there was another enemy. Wow. That's one way to hide an enemy. You know, sometimes you can hide them around a corner, and sometimes you can hide them behind other enemies. I was not expecting that guy to be there. I am glad I stayed as far back as I did. Destroying more statues. Looking for more treasures. Yep. I really don't think that there's all that much danger. I said this the last time I was breaking these statues in a treasure room. I really don't think there's all that much danger of them shooting me, but better safe than sorry. Oh, there's one over here. What we got? And I think I've seen 2 chests so far. 2 chests, maybe 3, maybe only 2. There's this main one. There's this one over here. So I will destroy both of these statues just in case. And I think I saw maybe one more in this area. Yes, I did. Another one over here with a guardian that I will destroy. Probably not even a guardian, just a funky looking statue. Alright, 3 chests. What have we got? 3 chalice materials? Let us find out. Okay. We got some major chalice materials from the major one. What do we have here? Got some more tomb mold from that one. And what do we have here? Are we 3 for 3? Let's find out. 3 for 3. Lots and lots of chalice dungeon materials. Boy, you can... Coming to these preset chalice dungeons, you sure get a lot of materials to make more chalice dungeons. Alright, but that closes out this particular pathway, which means let us loop back around and head over to that room where I initially found that bell ringer and gloriously rush past all of the various traps that were waiting for me. Gloriously. Not have to worry at all. Where was I fooling myself? This, I'm almost positive, is where I thought was new. Did I trick myself into thinking there were 2 doors when there were in fact only one? Or there was in fact only one? I may well have done that. Let's see. Yeah, these are all like downed enemies. So, okay. I may have tricked myself into thinking there were 2 doors when there was in fact only one. But just to be sure, let's do a thorough sweep of this room. And yep, this is the doubled up room. So yes, it appears that I totally tricked myself into thinking there were 2 doors in here when in fact there was only one. Oh well. Boy, these places are confusing even when even when it's a relatively straightforward layout. I do not have a brain for chalice dungeons. Alright. But that does take care of that entire pre-lantern branch. So, now that we enter the primary section of the chalice dungeons, what awaits us? Of course we have the main boss door just ahead. Do we have anyone jumping out of this? Looks like no. We've got the ladder up. And let's continue to explore our options. I see. Oh, I thought he would miss. What? Okay. Apparently, I'm still poor at judging distances with my Tonitrus. That looked like an illusory wall. But alas, it was not, nor was that. Illusory walls are hard to find. And it's a good thing there was no one inside those statues there. Oh boy, this makes me think that there might be black goop to look out for. And poison to encourage me to go fast so that I will miss black goop. Okay, bad news that way, bad news this way. Ow. I thought I was safe behind the door, but clearly I was not. Will anyone come at me? There's clearly more enemies than just the gunner. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ooh, I got him to pull out a melee weapon. Will you try and stay close to me now that you pulled out a melee weapon? Nope. You will switch back to your gun at the first opportunity. Works for me. Is that guy at the hallway? That guy at the hallway is not following me. Alright. What else awaits in this darkened chamber? This familiar yet dark double of what we have seen before. Alright, well you can keep running at me to no purpose. That suits my own purpose just fine. We got around here. I will pick this up, why not? More bone marrow ash. That would be great news if I relied more on my gun. Oh, and we have a door on this side this time. How nice. Got more treasures on the floor. Quite often there are bell ringers in a room like this setup, but I don't hear any, so it's probably not a thing. And that's got roots on it, so let's not bother checking that wall. Did I run past an item down there in that corner? I did. Antidotes. Oh, and that's a good item for this dungeon. Lots of poison still abounds. And, oh, this is a... Oh, it looked like a one-way door. Maybe this would have been a one-way door from another direction. And I'm willing to bet that on the other side, somewhere... Yep. There's that... Oh! Oh, there's that switch, but it looks like it triggered more. Wow, than I bargained for. This was a whole section of flaming arrow switches. Boy, I think the smartest thing I've managed to do in all of my playthroughs of these chalices so far is just, in general, try and remain in motion rather than not, because several of those flaming arrows, as I think would be obvious, would have put an end to me if it weren't for the fact that I was constantly trying to vary my positioning by staying in motion. Okay, so we have the doorway up here, and we have that doorway down there. The doorway up here was a one-way door, or at least it looked like a one-way door, which, yes, makes me suspect it leads to the ladder. Excellent, so we can cross another pathway off of our list. We've been up the ladder, and we've also been through the far door that is not a door. Good to know. That leaves, in this path, only the... Oh, it was on the other side. The doorway on the wall here. So, let's see what's in this chamber. Woohoo! Woohoo! Keeping moving. Again, it's probably my best defense mechanism. And it came in handy again. Oh boy! Oh boy, what a setup. Hey, speedy guy, follow me out of the room where you do not get covering fire. Alright, pulling out the gun, and random shot. Nope, didn't work. And heal. Nope, that was a bad decision. Open me up to get hit again. Alright, coming into this room was good. Getting hit was bad. Okay, whew, and the darkness did not make that any easier. However, I got all my bullets back. That was nice. Alright, back to a torch so that I can see a little bit better. What a nasty setup. Good thing, again, I kept moving. So long, pal. Alright. Flipping the switch, opening the boss door. Unlocked. And I know right where that door is that opened up in this labyrinth. Let's see. Let us just check over here. And then let us check for an illusory wall. Didn't think so. And let's pick up the bullets off that enemy that fell down. Okay. That's that for that path. So, we know what's up the ladder. We know what's through here. We don't know what's through here. I got turned around. Boy, it is so easy to get lost in this place. I don't like that sound at all. I just don't like that sound at all. Yeah, you come over here, rather than have me get hit by a boulder is what it sounded like would happen. Alright, that hurt. Heal up. And... Tonitrus, just you have to be so close. You have to be so close in order to hit them. Yeah, I see the boulders now. I'm no longer quite as scared of getting hit by them now that I see them. So long, my good Shadow. Boy, I was so sure I was done exploring, but no, I was not. Which direction are these coming from? That direction. Alright, is there a treasure room down this way? Boy, I hope there is. There is! Hooray! Alright, and it looks like we've got some wandering gunners. Anyone else? Yeah, a whole bunch of gunners. What a setup. What a setup. And these guys are hard to lure anywhere other than where they are. Alright, well let's power up so that they only take 2 hits. 1, 2, and let's try and make good use of cover. And let's try and make good use of running out of the room. Alright, if I go for the guy in the center, I'm leaving myself fairly open. So, I want to try and take out the ones on the periphery, if possible. My fear is that staying to the periphery means I will run into a bunch of traps. Is there someone over here that I ran by? It appears not. Alright, here's someone else patrolling the periphery. 2 shots and you're done. Yes. Alright, and I don't think I will get shot at from the sides anymore. Wonderful. Wonderful. Alright. Now that those shooters are down, I mean, I figured that someone would have jumped out from that if they were going to, but why not be safe? I've been surprised in that manner before. Let's pick up all these bullets. Let's check for improbable illusory walls, just in case. I see the roots, but just in case. They do look like doorways. And I believe this is the last one, because that just leaves the entrance. Okay, now let's start opening treasure chests. Here's the one on this side. And then we will follow that by the one in the center of the room. More Chalice dungeon materials. Let me guess, more Chalice dungeon materials. Yes. Give me your ritual blood for your blood-based rituals. Lots of blood and mold in these Chalice dungeons. Alright, let's not go too far. Let's not get hit in the face by a boulder. Probably should have run after that, but let's play it safe. Here comes boulder number 2. And we're going to run back to the main pathway. Over here. And another boulder. And let's see what's in this room. Which thankfully I don't have to open a door. Alright. I hear pattering. Here we go. Don't run away. Excellent. Somehow my short-range Tonitrus still managed to connect with that thing. And I've got another blood gem. Oh, nice. Alright, checking for improbable illusory walls. Improbable because roots, but possible because look like doorways. They look like doorways. Rolling into boxes. Boxes must die. Alright, looks like that one particular gem-dropping enemy was the only reward in here. So, time to return, not too quickly, so I don't run myself into the boulder. Back to this pathway. And now, for the daunting task of figuring out where the heck I was supposed to go when I thought I was done with this path. Is it out this way? See a little guy here with a lantern. Is it? I didn't come from the top. I definitely didn't come from the top of the stairs. So, where did I come from? Alright. I know for a fact that that is the boulder room. And up here? I must have come in from the top over here. How curious. Ah, yes. Ah, yes, the room of many traps. The room of many trap switches. And, alright, well, I didn't exactly circle around to the entrance I wanted to, but this is the room I wanted to be in, so be it. Alright, boss door is now open. I don't see... That's the lantern. I don't see any other doors on this side. I checked for illusory walls already, which means we are in pretty good shape to fight the boss. And I don't think there are any other doors on this side. I see a pit of poison. And, you know, just in case... Nope. Alright, it was foolish. Don't poison me. Don't poison... Yes! Oh, that was so close. Oh, if that had poisoned me, I would have wasted an antidote. Oh well. It didn't. Okay. So I think what I've just done is I've just verified that the only remaining option for us is through the boss door. But I really want to know how I got so turned around in this scenario. What happened? I guess I just went through the wrong door. But it reminds me that I don't think I've been down this opposite side of the pathway. Or have I? No, I have. So that's what happened. So that's what happened. I didn't get turned around. I came back the right way to go back, but then I continued on past where I should have turned because it was almost out of my view. That's what happened. Now I'm satisfied. Boy, it's so hard to keep track of where I have and haven't been. These things just get more and more maze-like. But that is now all behind us. Let us see what awaits us behind this passageway. I'm betting there's another side path before the boss, just because that's how these things seem to be going in this dungeon. No! Never bet with me. I am always wrong. Okay. Well, in that case, let's prepare for another boss fight. Who awaits us in this Hintertomb Chalice? Will it be the final boss of this particular lair? Of this particular dungeon? Oh, it's our friend, the blood-starved beast. In a pit of poison. This ought to be interesting. And dodge, and strike. Ooh. Well, not bad damage, I suppose. And dodge, and strike. Or don't strike. Lightning, please. And dodge, and strike. You're going to hear me say that a lot, I suppose. I understand that most people are, like, really good at parrying this boss's attacks. And apparently the windows for parrying it are super obvious and make it a total joke. But I am not very good at parrying, so I tend to do better when I avoid its attacks. Not like that. That's the opposite of avoiding its attacks. Oh boy, I'm probably dead. I'm probably dead. Yep. I died of poison before I could finish healing myself. I tried to buy time to heal myself from the poison, and then give myself an antidote at a more opportune time. But I didn't make it. Alright. Well, time for round 2. I guess on the upside, I didn't waste an antidote on a failed attempt. So it's that many more attempts that I get. And now, we know just who awaits us. And I've already talked about the boss name for the blood-starved beast. Technically, it's the bloodthirsty beast, I guess. But I really, really liked the switch around. Makes it that much more unsettling. Okay, I'm not gonna follow you into poison. I kind of liked where you ended up last time, over on the edge of the room. Because fighting an enemy that poisons you inside a whole bunch of poison just doesn't seem like the best idea. And you know what? Now that I think of it, I'm just gonna roll past these, pick them up, and then roll past your attack. Because, if possible, I'd like to hang on to 11,000 blood echoes. Excellent. I like that dodge. Let's follow up. Again, I'm really not the best when it comes to parry timing, so I much prefer being able to dodge and then punish. Alright, that one's hard to follow up on because it carries him so far away from me. That one's easier to follow up on because he stays close. it, really. I mean, at this point, the Blood-Starved Beast is beyond caring about, whoa, that type of thing. And, alright, not poisoned yet. And one more, alright. I did get a hit off, but now I'm in poison. And now I want to stay away. Stay away. Still not poisoned. That's a lucky break. That's a real lucky break. Alright, I want to run down the poison timer a little bit, so it's a good thing you decided to go for that attack. Whoop. I do not want to get grabbed. Alright, now that I'm less than half poisoned, might be worth going in again. Another swipe, and... Alright, that follow-up didn't work, and I'm not greedy enough to keep on it. Good news is, I'm no longer in any way, shape, or form poisoned, which prepares me for this a little bit better. Okay. Alright. So it looks like it moves around a bit after that. That one is probably ideal. Alright, gotta get some stamina back. Gotta get some stamina back. Can't fight the boss with no stamina. Alright. Let's see what happens if I stay close. Alright, now swipe. And now I can get 1, 2 good hits in. I'll take that. Alright, that's the poison cloud. So I'm going to stay away from that area for a bit. Or maybe it wasn't poison cloud. That's the poison cloud. That was the power-up. Okay, so let's dodge away. Wait for the swipe. No swipe. Let's just keep hitting then. Back up. And dodge. And that's a flurry of blows. And now, let's get in close. Alright. Gotta remember to try and power up. Dodge the flurry of blows. Excellent! Excellent! Alright, being patient paid dividends in that fight. Whoo-wee! And was that the end? Ah, I see on the other edge of this arena that there is no more ways to go down and descend. So that's going to do it for the first of these Hintertomb Chalices. I'm thinking, just on a programming note at the end here, I'm thinking that after I have completed the next Hintertomb Chalice, which I believe is the last Depth 2 Chalice that I have available. I'm going to say this as I explore the room just in case there's some items that I missed. I believe that the next Hintertomb Chalice is the final Depth 2 Chalice that I have available to me, or perhaps the first Depth 3. I'll check that. But I want to try basically the next Hintertomb Chalice down, and which I believe I picked up in this fight. And after that, I'm going to be going back to the typical Translation-Born series. So, whoops, I don't want to quite go back yet. But I will say thank you all for joining me once again on this perilous journey through the Chalice dungeons, and I look forward to seeing you in another Chalice chat. Thanks for watching, everyone.